G'day everyone, and welcome to another Tempest video. It's been a few weeks since the last one, and I apologise for that. We've been completely flat out with drilling, fieldwork, and conferences. During the last video, which you can find here, I spoke about how we just got some results back from the first drill hole, and unexpectedly we got some very good iron results. Well, today you'll see there's a new announcement, and as part of that, we've got excellent iron results in a few more drill holes. It's starting to look pretty exciting, so let's get into it. On the front page here, we've got the obligatory key points, summary, and background, but we've also included some iron result highlights. We can see here that all of these results are well above 30%, which is what you're looking for from magnetite iron ore. Scrolling down to the next page, and we can see we've got a couple cross sections here, and they're through some of the nicest holes that we got so far. As I think I mentioned in the last video, there's a reasonable hill that runs down the middle of the Remorse project. Actually, you can check out me waxing philosophically about magnetite on top of one of those hills in a video up here. Originally, we thought that iron that formed of the hill wasn't very good. In fact, one of my team refers to how it looks in a much less politically correct fashion. We now know that it's just the surface, has a very thin veneer of weathering that makes it look like garbage. But a few meters down, we find there's thick, high-grade magnetite iron ore, and that's pretty cool. We can see that is replicable over the whole length of the Remorse target, which is close to 5 kilometers. Obviously, our share price has copped a hiding since we put out our first drill hole. Let's just say that I think the market hasn't picked up on the implications of this drill hole and the scale of the target that I've mentioned. Scrolling down, you'll see that many of the results we're quoting are portable XRF or PXRF results. For many purposes, reporting XRF results is not appropriate, and that's because there is a bigger margin of error for the results that you get. And frankly, the way that a lot of people use them increases that error quite markedly as well. I've indicated before that we use our XRF running on a box scan unit, and that means that a robot ensures that there's a consistent high quality measurement each time. And down below we see here I'm talking about how we've compared those XRF measurements to lab results, and well, the ones we've received to date anyway, and the average and median of that XRF variance compared to the lab that we've received so far is only 4%, which is not very much. So that makes it more than good enough for us to report with high confidence the grades that we're receiving. We also have the benefit of a few other variables that we can directly compare the numbers to, as we know it's magnetite and we're measuring the magnetic susceptibility. That means that we are very confident of the precision of our results before we even get them back from the lab. Down a bit further, and we can see there's a bit of a discussion about why we don't have many holes in the main iron horizon. As everyone knows, we were essentially looking for copper in this drill program, and as we look at the diagram here, we see there's these red shapes. That's where the iron zone is. Everything to the south, or the below in lower on the page, is where the copper geochemical target was, and therefore nearly all our holes were drilled in that area and didn't reach this iron layer. Obviously, in hindsight, if we'd known the hill had high-grade magnetite sitting underneath it, we would have designed the program differently. But once we realized the significance, we adapted and we made sure that the final few holes intersected this main iron zone. And they're the results that we've released here. There's only 4 holes that intercepted the main zone, but those 4 holes have some excellent results, and they're also very widely spaced. And on this occasion, that's a good thing, because we know that they map to the iron at the surface, and we know that there's great continuity over the entire target, and the whole Remorse target is the best part of 5 kilometers long. Onto the next page, and we see a map that displays a fact that it appears less people knew than I assumed did. and that is that Yalgoo, apart from being the obvious copper, gold, tungsten, and lots of other things, it's also a huge iron ore province. And that's a great thing for us because it shows that our magnetite discovery, and it is a discovery at Remorse, is 100% on the right tracks geological wise, and means we're in the right neck of the woods. But also it means that we have big processing facilities, infrastructure, transport on our doorstep, and that's pretty important when it comes to this commodity. As for the next steps shown here, we've got a ton of work ahead of us. For those of you who are suffering shareholders, I am too, and I feel your pain. As I indicated a few minutes ago, I think this is a huge development for Tempest, and the value certainly isn't being reflected in our current share price. I think Lucy agrees with that. Yep. We've got heaps more coming up, so make sure that you sign up at the Investor Hub or subscribe to the YouTube you're currently watching, and I look forward to talking to you in the next video. But until then.